the way our technology works is in 3 phases. So we take in electricity in any form, we convert that electricity into electromagnetic energy or microwaves, and we transmit the microwaves from a transmitting antenna to a receiving antenna, and then reconvert those microwaves back into electricity for end use at the other side. So the way that this technology really stands out and is distinctive from traditional ways of moving energy is that we're much more flexible in the type of transmission systems that we can develop. So we can move these antennas around. We can also install receiving antennas onto mobile fleet, so drones, haul trucks, maritime vessels, and we're able to deliver power directly to these assets while they're moving. And we can also navigate really difficult terrain, move power over waterways or across protective lands and get power to different remote communities in challenging environments. So that's really the flexibility and the distinction of this technology. We're really excited about some applications that are coming online that we want to commercialize initially. So the first bucket of applications is what we call power on the go. So this is being able to deliver power directly to mobile fleets such as drones whilst they're in flight, such as haul trucks in the mining industry while they're delivering ore around the site, and even to marine service vessels like tugboats and supply vessels. And so what we can do here is essentially create the same flexibility that traditional fossil fuels use in these types of industries, but for fully electric vehicles. So we can ensure that power gets delivered to these vehicles so they don't have to stop and park up and experience downtime. And for remote communities, what's really exciting about this technology is that we can cross different terrain that is typically very hard to navigate. So we can beam power across rivers, across dense forests, around mountains, a lot of areas where it's either very difficult or impossible to install poles and wires. And that can accelerate the electrification of remote communities and better connect remote renewable assets as they come online. The key challenge that we've experienced at the moment is really awareness. Not that many people that we speak to think that wireless power is as far along as it is today. So a lot of the conversations that we're having with large corporates and governments around the world is walking them through how the technology works and helping different people appreciate the nuances and the distinctions for this technology versus other different solutions that are out there. So this technology is definitely complementing the overall mix of generation and transmission technologies. And part of our role at the moment is helping different organisations understand where this technology can be deployed in the most effective way. Other challenges that we see, clearly R&D, improving the performance of the technology itself, so driving down cost, improving different performance metrics, and regulation is also a hurdle that we'll be addressing as well, both on a local market and on an international scale. Emrod can support the energy transition in 2 ways. So the first way is to provide a complementary transmission solution for applications where it's either very difficult or impossible to install poles and wires. And so this is areas like connecting remote communities, it's areas like connecting remote renewables, and also unlocking productivity for decarbonising heavy industries such as mining, maritime, and the aerospace industry. And second of all, we're really developing this technology to provide the green infrastructure for space and the developing space economy. And that's being able to beam power to different satellites, to different vehicles that are being developed for space and lunar exploration and operations, and also being able to provide a link for different generation assets that are generating energy in space and beaming that back down to Earth. So this technology is a key component in developing large ambitious projects like space-based solar power, and also trans-regional transmission of energy, say from the UAE to areas like Singapore and Japan, which at this stage just is unable to be developed with current technologies that we have.